We're going to answer the question, how much is too much? Right after this. All right, welcome back to Terrible at Fishing. Yeah, I get a lot of ideas from people on the internet, and it's just, I've tackled this before. How much is too much when it comes to tackle? You know, baits and stuff like that. How much do you need to take with you? Well, that really does depend on several conditions. One, water temperature. That tells you what you're going to take. Believe it or not, if you're fishing for a certain fish, water temperature tells you everything. Then, of course, what kind of fish you're shooting for. What kind of tackle, gear, actual gear, are you going to be using? Is it spinning gear, bait casting gear, light, ultralight rods, medium rods, medium heavy rods? Those are the things that you have to answer some of these questions. And then the lake or river or wherever you're going to be fishing, what works best there? Now, I go on my boat. It's not a big boat, okay? But I used to put this tackle bag. Now, you would think a tackle bag. How big can a tackle bag be, Mike? Well, this is my tackle bag. Okay, so this holds 15 3,700 boxes. And more. So my son would help me load my boat, and he goes, "Dad, this is ridiculous. You don't need this much." Well, I kind of felt like I did. So I bought another tackle bag. It's a little tackle bag. This only holds, I think, 3,600 boxes. Sometimes you need both. But you really don't, do you? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about this. First, some ways to sort of make it easier for you, or me, or my son. So, I got one of these bags. This right here is a soft plastic binder, basically. So, this thing has pockets in it. Put all your soft plastics. Now, this is really nice. I got two of them. There's another one over there. I simplified. And still, always have mule fishing. Very important. I love mule fishing. Mule fishing always catches stuff. So I have to ask myself, okay, this time of year I'm trout fishing. There's just really no bass biting where I am. Now, if you live in Florida, you're probably already in post-spawn. Crazy people. But there is certain things that you're going to have in a bag. So, in a box, this is my terminal tackle box. This has my hooks and my weights and barrel swivels and stuff like that. So this is kind of one of those boxes you just have to have all the time. So this kind of a mainstay, right? You got to have that. You got to have, because you got to be able to swap out your hooks, different weights, stuff like that. I put my Neds, some Neds in here, rigs. Technically, that's terminal tackle-ish. So you got your soft plastics in a bag, nice little bag, stuffed to the hilt. And I have my terminal tackle. This could be lighter. Does it have to be? Nah. Because you got to have your mule fishing stuff and then other stuff, right? I'm lousy at plastics unless it's mule fishing. I really am. To be honest, all these other plastics, I don't need in here. Because I don't fish with them. I'm lousy at them. And I'm lousy at them because I don't fish with them. Now, this time of year, it's trout season here. The beautiful thing about trout fishing, you really don't need much. You need spinners. So what you need is a bunch of spinners. So you create a box made up of spinners. So you got spinners, the mule fishing jigs. Okay, that's very important because they catch trout. And your terminal tackle. Now, if I'm going out fishing right now, this is all I would take. But you know me. I make baits. And every bait I make, what do I say? This is going to catch fish. It can't catch fish if I don't bring it, right? Sensible. When bass fishing hits, water warms up, lake inverts, cold water goes to the bottom, warm water comes to the top. And I'm a big proponent to catching big fish. A lot of little fish too, but big fish. So what you got to do to catch big fish? What do you got to bring? You got to bring swim baits. Oh, it's green, by the way. And you got to bring lots of them, right? Just got to bring a whole bunch of them. Well, big baits require a big box, right? They just do. And I got some nice baits in here. Every time I open one of my boxes, I'm like, God, that's gorgeous. And so as water warms up, during the summer at Lake of the Woods, I'm topwater fishing. That's 90% of my fishing. So basically all I need is big, giant topwater baits. That's what I need. It's a great bait, by the way. Got a lot of these. Love big baits. So, to be honest, I would probably go out with 2 topwater boxes and some shallow dives, square bills. And that's what I would do. Yeah, there's another topwater. Speed weight. So, if you're a trout fisherman, good for you. If you're a bass fisherman, we're in trouble. If we're a bass fisherman. So, all my in this big giant bag, every one of these boxes are labeled. My finesse box, deep diver box, square bills, etc., etc., etc. And that's kind of, but this year, what we're going to try to do and fail. We're going to try to simplify. So I will have 1 topwater box. They will have big giant baits in it. my big 7.5-inch wake baits. It will have, walking baits. It'll have whopper ploppers, and it'll have a couple frogs in it. And so that one box will be just for topwater. I know. Now, this bait right here, it's heavy. I can't throw this on my BFS. Now this bait, I gotta clean these boxes up. I have a feeling that we're gonna have a nice, well, I don't need no overgrown rat to tell me spring's coming early. I have a jig box. It's for those plastics. Because you know what? Chatterbaits work really, really good. I do use plastics on my chatterbaits. I'm a recovering boxaholic. I cannot help myself. This time, oh my goodness. This is going to take a while. So, cold water, piece of cake. You're going to be shooting for panfish, and you're going to be shooting for trout. One tackle box and one tackle box with your spinners, and maybe some finesse jerk baits in there. You're going to have all your mule fishing plastics and the jigs that go with it, because those are in your terminal tackle. Sort of combine it in your terminal tackle. So to be honest, this time of year is easy. Now in 3 months, when it's spring and it's sprung and the water's warming and turning, the challenge is, can I go out there with just one tackle box? I mean, one tackle box. One time I did that Williamson River float. I forgot my tackle bag in the car. I got on the river and I started going down the river. And I go, oops. Now, I can't remember exactly where I had some tackle on the boat, but I did. And so the challenge was, with that very limited amount of tackle, to fish that 12 miles. And I did. Unsuccessfully. And then, of course, I got stranded. And, it was crazy. It's the deliverance. I even got the dueling banjos playing in the background video, so you can look that up. I put my last will and testament. I really didn't think I was going to make it. Oh my gosh. See, and I have a whole box of lipless too. That's what you do. Well, consider this video for the trout people. As for you bass people, get a big tackle bag. And if you can figure out how to make one tackle box out of one 3,700 size box, maybe I need to buy something that's like a 55,000 bucks. Such a thing exists. All right, guys. Well, I always love an effort in futility.